Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in. We're talking repossession today. Specifically, can you actually get it off your credit report?
It's a big question for a lot of people.
Definitely. If you're dealing with this, or maybe just want the info just in case, well, you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
Our mission really is to give you some clear, actionable steps based on what experts are saying about potentially removing that repossession listing.
Exactly. And just to level set, repossession, that's when the lender takes back property. Usually it's a car because payments were missed.
And it hits your credit hard, right? Stays on there for a while.
Oh, yeah. It's a major negative mark. And typically it sits there for 7 years, 7 long years.
Ooh.
But the core question we're tackling is, for you, the listener, are there ways to maybe shorten that time? Can it come off earlier?
Okay, so where does someone even start with that? Seems daunting.
Well, the consensus from the sources we looked at points to step 1.
Yeah.
Really scrutinize your credit report.
All of them, like Experian, TransUnion.
All 3. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You need to look at each one carefully.
And what are you looking for specifically? Errors.
Precisely. Think of it like proofreading. Is the account balance correct? Are the dates associated with the repossession accurate? Another big one, did the original lender sell the debt to a collection agency? Sometimes the report doesn't get updated properly, and it looks like the original debt is still active when it shouldn't be.
Ah, okay. So little inaccuracies like that. And if you find one, what then?
That's your opening. You file a dispute directly with that credit bureau, whichever one has the error.
And they have to look into it.
They do. They're legally required to investigate. And here's the interesting part. They contact the lender, or whoever furnished the information, to verify it. If that lender can't, or maybe just doesn't, verify the disputed information within the time frame, usually about 30 days, then what? The bureau has to remove it, delete the inaccurate item. It's not guaranteed, of course, but it's a fundamental first check. You have to do it.
Okay, that makes sense. Check for mistakes first. What's next? We heard about something called pay for delete. Is that a real thing?
It is a real strategy, yeah. It's more of a negotiation, really.
How does it work?
You basically contact the lender, or maybe the collection agency holding the debt now, and you offer to pay. Could be the full amount owed, or sometimes you can negotiate a settlement for less. But, and this is the key part, you make that payment conditional.
Conditional on what?
On them agreeing to delete the entire repossession entry from your credit report. Not just mark it as paid, but remove it completely.
Do lenders actually agree to that often? I thought they weren't supposed to.
Well, officially, they don't have to. Their policies might even say they won't. But, sometimes they do. It's definitely worth asking, worth pursuing.
They need proof, right?
Absolutely critical. Cannot stress this enough. If they do agree to delete it in exchange for your payment, you must get that agreement in writing.
Before you pay.
Before you pay a single penny. Get it documented, email, letter, whatever. A verbal promise means nothing here. If it's not in writing, you have basically zero leverage if they don't follow through after you pay.
Got it. Written proof first. Okay. What if, say, the repossession happened a while ago and your financial situation is much better now? Any options then?
Yes. There's another approach, often called a goodwill letter.
Goodwill.
Yeah, it's less about disputing facts and more about, asking for goodwill. You write to the original lender, you explain the circumstances that led to the repossession, take responsibility, but then highlight how your financial habits have improved since then. You've been paying bills on time, rebuilt your credit.
So you're basically making a case that you're a good credit risk now and asking them to cut you a break on that old mistake.
Exactly that. You're respectfully requesting they remove the negative mark as a gesture of goodwill, considering your positive history since the event.
Does that actually work?
It's definitely not a sure thing. Lenders aren't obligated to do it, but it costs nothing but some time and a stamp or an email. You truly never know unless you ask. Some people have had success with it. It's a low-risk option to try.
Worth a shot then. Okay, one more scenario. What if someone feels the whole repossession process itself wasn't legal? Like maybe rules were broken.
Ah, okay. That's a different angle. If you suspect the repossession itself was illegal, maybe they didn't provide the proper notices required by your state law, or there were serious issues with how they handled the sale of the vehicle afterwards.
Yeah.
Then you might have grounds to challenge the validity of the entire repossession.
That sounds like it could get messy. Probably not something you handle with just a letter.
Generally, no. If you believe there were significant legal violations in the process, that's when you really should talk to a consumer rights attorney.
A lawyer.
Yes. someone who specializes in this area. They can look at the specific facts of your situation, review the documents, and tell you if you have a legitimate legal case to fight the repossession itself.
Okay, so that's a more serious route for specific circumstances.
Definitely.
So wrapping this up, the big picture seems to be a repossession is bad for your credit, yes, but maybe not permanently cemented there for the full 7 years. There are things you can actually do.
That's the key takeaway. Don't just assume you're stuck. You have potential avenues. Check for errors meticulously. Explore negotiating a pay-for-delete with written proof. Consider a goodwill letter if your situation has improved. And if the circumstances warrant, look into legal options.
It really sounds like knowledge is power here, and the first step is just looking at your reports.
Absolutely. Being proactive is crucial. Understand these options, see which might apply to you, and take that first step. It can genuinely make a difference down the road.
So thinking about all these options we've just discussed,
Yeah.
maybe the question for you listening is, what's the very first step you feel ready to take right now regarding your own credit situation? Something to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
If this podcast helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep making these videos. Thanks for watching.